Well, hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me. I'm Jill Bloom, Group Publisher of Walls and Ceilings, and welcome to a special episode of If Walls Could Talk. I am so honored and thrilled to have with me today Ryan Groth, the CEO of the Sales Transformation Group. Ryan, thank you so much for joining me.
Always a pleasure to be with you, Jill. Thanks for having me.
Well, this is a really good topic, Ryan, and I see the contractors that you coach, and it is just fascinating and so exciting to see the growth that they are having. But let's talk about leadership and some of that growth that you've been seeing over all these years. But what does it mean to be a leader, Ryan? What does that entail? What are some cool nuggets you can share that every contractor listening can have a good takeaway?
Yeah, leadership is so important, and I talk about it all the time. And the more I do what I do, the more we focus on leadership, because leadership is truly everything. If you think about the quality of people that you have on your team, that's going to be the game changer. The quality of people, the amount of quality people you have in your organization is going to be what takes your business to the next level, or the lack thereof is going to hold you back and put more pressure on you. And if you don't know how to do that, don't know how to lead people, you're going to find yourself working very hard, maybe making some great amount of money and potentially not making very much money at all. And you're struggling. And the variable is the one in the mirror. It's the leader that is leading the organization. So I'm very passionate about leadership and what leadership looks like. We spend a lot of time talking about it.
I love it. Well, I know you've got lots of really cool examples, but when someone's really a contractor is implementing details on really how to be, on that leadership piece of the business, what do they do? Where do they start? How do you coach your contractors?
Well, first, I mean, we focus a heavy amount on sales, the sales department, but it applies everywhere. So first thing we need to know is, like, what are your core values and what's your vision for the company? And people, look, they know they can get a job by, selling walls and ceilings, selling roofing, selling contracting, whatever it may be, or delivering on that in the field, or project managing, being a superintendent, being in accounting. That's all great. And how you do it can differentiate you some more, right? So, hey, we do it this way. We do it better than others. This is how we do it. We're special in this way. And you feel connected to that. And that gets you excited. But really, what keeps you there and what keeps people hooked into your organization to make your team as a leader like an unrecruitable team where you have loyal people is why you do it. And the leaders, in my opinion, who are the best at leading have clearly a what they do, how they do it. But what really separates them is the clarity in which they can explain why they do what they do. And when they have the why very clear and they actually have to explain that over and again, not have to, get to explain that over and again to the marketplace, to their partners, to their leaders, to their employees, to the people in their organization, they have to face the reality of, is this full of integrity? Is this full of care for others, or is this full of what the leader wants, or selfishly? And over time, the ones who have the most selfish why have the least amount of retention, and they struggle keeping people. And the ones who are caring most about doing it the right way and caring about those around them and have a why that they actually have, it's passionate, and their core values are defined in alignment with that, and it's clear, I could tell you that they are attracting more people and more people of high quality, of integrity, that is elevating our industry versus the leaders who have a lack of clarity and it's unclear and they can't explain it and they don't even know what their why is. Mm-hmm. And then they have kind of a lot of retention issues or attraction issues, because at the end of the day, if you work for a company, you're working for the person at the top, and you're either attracted to them or not. And the most attractive leaders are people who have a healthy amount of passion, clarity, their vision, and a world that they've created that's big enough for an A player to come in and make space and find a home. And I think those are some of the common themes I see.
Well, let's drill into a mission statement or your purpose statement. There is no doubt that I've seen contractors that have that piece of it clearly defined, do really well. That's the power of the written word, right, Ryan? Mm-hmm. And so what do you see in your and your client and your contractors, the ones that, how do they implement that mission statement, that purpose statement, and what are they doing with it? How are they consistently always spreading that message? Is it in meetings? Is it on all their letterhead? Is it like, what do you see?
Yeah, it's certainly, it should be, on their website. It should be, even under their logo potentially and the tagline. It should be on everybody's email signatures. It should be, clear even in their sales presentations and some of their marketing material. The companies that do a really great job are consistently implementing that everywhere around them so that everybody knows it, and I've even seen companies have not only those mission statements, but even like fundamentals and core values, and they start every meeting kind of reinforcing those. There's one that jumps out. I was recently talking to a company. I'm starting to see some of the private equity money coming into the industry, and I'm starting to talk to those groups more as I'm learning what they're up to and what they're about. And it's funny, one of them has a really cool mission statement. It's to I think it's a little aggressive. I think they polished it up a little bit, but it's like to rid the world of unscrupulous contractors.
Oh, okay, that sounds negative, but there's gotta be a way to twist on it.
There's a positive twist. Yeah, there's a positive twist where it's like to elevate the industry of some, it was something like that. But the heart of it is like, yes, we want to do things well and treat people well and take care of people and not and I think people can rally around something like that, right? It's like we want to
Sure.
immediately identify with ourselves as, hey, we want to treat people the way that they should be treated in the marketplace, never take advantage of people, do what we say we're going to do. And I think just that one simple mission statement says, okay, I can rally around that. I've either been around a group like that and I don't want to be associated with that anymore. It's not who I personally line up with. And so I think that's just one fun example. Or the other one is I met a company even last night, and it was like they had Hope and like Roofing for Hope or something. Sorry to name drop a name. It pops out, and then it's like their mission is helping out people everywhere. HOPE, helping out people everywhere.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so you just kind of like, you think about the power of that. The brand looks good, the logo looks good, the people representing it are living that out. It shows consistency and continuity. And it says, wow, there's something going on there. I want to be a part of that. And it has nothing to do with walls or ceilings or roofing, or nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. It has something to do with a mission. And I think that, an owner or a leader or leadership team, that mission's real when they get more fired up talking about it. When they start talking about it, they're more fired up. And that's what I think, needs to be clear. And I think if a contractor, an owner just is struggling, take the time to write a mission statement that your heart skips a beat when you say it, when you write it, because you started this for a reason, right? You started this for a reason, and you have a business for a reason. And if it's just to make a little bit of money and not have to work for somebody anymore, fine. But you're not going to probably attract a lot of great people. And that's the thing. You want to be a leader, retain people, build something bigger than yourself. You got to start to, get that stuff down, because people are either going to be repelled because it's of lack of clarity. Not that you're not, potential isn't there, they just don't know what you're doing. Or you can be crystal clear, have it written, reinforce it. And now you have other people living and breathing that mission statement, and then they're going to attract people like them because they're excited. And then now recruiting and retention isn't hard. I mean, if you were to say, hey, my closest friend from college, and they're going to work for us now, I want them to work, and then they get hired. The person who was the employee first, who referred them, they're like, I want to make sure they're successful. Like, they're going to have extra levels and layers of accountability and stickiness to retain and work through challenges and rise above those things. So, yeah.
I love it. Well, really great insight, Ryan. It's always great to talk to you and get some good nuggets to share with everybody. But if anybody has any questions for you, what's your website? How do they find you?
Yeah, you can go to salestransformationgroup.com. You can follow me on Instagram at The Sales Athlete. You can also find me on LinkedIn, pretty active there. And, kind of Facebook. I do business stuff on Facebook too. So if you guys are interested, just look me up. Pretty easy to find me.
Sounds great. Well, and speaking of A players, Ryan, real quick, there's some people listening that don't even know who you are. Give us your background.
Yeah, so thanks for that. Quick background, parents were in the contracting business, got a taste of the business ownership world as a second generation potential leader, decided to go play sports, and I played collegiately and professionally in the baseball industry. So I played baseball for several years, and worked pretty hard, had a great opportunity to play, and had a lot of fun, built a lot of good character, a lot of good skills were developed from that. And from there, just after that, I moved into South Florida, and rather than working with my, my parents, I started to network, and I met a large roofing contractor that's, one of the folks that you brought on multiple times in your events, and they're well known, and they just been an industry leader for quite a long time. And I was able to work hand in hand in that organization and launch a sales CRM tool to the industry. So I've been speaking with, it's crazy now, Jill, it's been 10 years since I've been selling and working with owners in roofing and the trade industries and construction. And so I did that for 4.5 years and started training and coaching and adding sales training and coaching to the customer experience, to our software users, to get them to, because ultimately what I saw, Jill, was that I can implement a CRM, but that CRM, if it's not within, I could give us a great sales tool, but if their leadership, their plan, their training, their process, their culture, their accountability wasn't there, they were never going to continue successfully using the tool. So I started adding that, and I found that as I just love people, I love coaching and training, and the kind of the knack for that emerged. And I started this company a little over 5 years ago, close to 6 years ago. And we've worked with almost 1,000 companies now that we've worked with in some form or fashion, and helping transform their organization into a high performing sales organization. So a lot of leadership training, coaching, systems and processes, accountability, group, community, all of the above. That's been what we've been passionate about. We want to see this industry transform, one sales guy at a time, one sales woman at a time, one leader, one company, one brand, ultimately just elevating the way people view the contracting industry. And I want to make it attractive, so attractive, one business at a time, where people aren't thinking, I'm going to go be a SaaS sales guy, or I want to go work for tech, or I want to go work for a medical device. I'm like, they're like, no, I want to go work for contracting. And you're starting to see, more big players in our country get involved in the home improvement, get involved in commercial trades, because it's never going to go away. And there's just been so much room for professionalization and improvement. And I'm grateful to be, one of the many that are giving their attention to that. It's a lot of fun.
Well, Ryan, it's been really fun to watch your career evolve. I watched you start your business, and it's so amazing to see where you are today. So it's great to know you, and I'm honored to speak with you today. And again, thank you for all the nuggets of insight. So if anybody else that's listening has any questions for us, it's roofingcontractor.com or wconline.com. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for all our free content, especially our website, our e-news. Please follow us on all of our social media channels so you can stay up to date on all the great interviews we're doing, especially like the one today with Ryan. But most importantly, stay safe and healthy, and we can't wait to talk to you soon. Thanks again, Ryan.
Thanks, Jill.